So today I'm going to talk about our much beloved topic, AI. AI is talked about so much, and yeah, I'm going to talk about it as well. So just bear with me. I wanted to talk about like the five. I wrote this down, by the way, because I'm still learning how to like talk to the camera. And one of the things that I'm struggling with at the moment is trying to remember what my actual points are. So if I look down at my phone, it's because I have notes there, just as a forewarning. But like today, I want to talk about the five rules of AI for creatives and marketers. Now, in our industry, AI is killing us left, right, and centre. The amount of redundancies I'm seeing on LinkedIn is absolutely unbelievable. And I don't know if it's just the algorithm on my feed in particular, but I think there's a lot of, especially with women who are in the marketing industry and who are having babies and who are on maternity leave. I've seen about a good 10 10ish women um basically like saying that they lost their jobs while they were on maternity leave. I do think it's disgusting. I think that is a topic for another day, however, because I can go on and on about that. Um, but it's one of those things as well where it's like even outside of women who are on maternity leave, a lot of redundancies are being taken place because like obviously a lot of businesses think that they can cut costs with marketing by creating AI generated sometimes slop. There are a lot of AI adverts out there now. A lot of companies are using AI for branding. We've all seen it. I don't need to over explain. And it is scary. It's a scary time for marketers, and it's a scary time for those who are in the creative and arts industry, I think. Um, but I think there's like a difference between like letting AI take over your job or becoming a pioneer in AI itself. And I've been told this many a time by he's like my second dad basically. But like he always tells me to like learn AI, and I've actually started learning to listen starting to listen to him because like I don't want to be out of work and I don't want to be out of a job, and I don't want to have to like because like at the end of the day, if I don't learn my skills and develop in AI, then unfortunately I'm going to be out of a business. And this kind of comes to like the first kind of like rule in my opinion anyway, so that you don't get like taken over by AI into the industry. So one rule is being the pioneer, so become an expert so that you don't get replaced basically. So it's like share it's kind of like don't let AI drag you along. um drive it. So if you're just using AI, then you're just a user, but if you're building your own processes, then you're classified as a pioneer. So the one thing that I'm doing at the moment with AI, and this is what I so let me just start by saying that back in my first job, I think I didn't overuse it. I think I was using it in the wrong way. So a lot of the things and the content that I was writing, I was getting AI to write it, and it never felt like it was me. Obviously because it's not, and you can tell when something's been written by AI because the M dashes, you've seen it, it's just everywhere. And I think that's when it started feeling like I wasn't using my brain or my skill set. And I think if everyone does the same exact thing and doesn't tweak how they actually you know tell it to do things, and in the end like everything will be the same. Everyone has the same kind of like style of writing, style of tone, and you can see that on LinkedIn, like it's evident. And in LinkedIn as well, on social media, like you can tell who's used AI. And it gets a bit like us humans, we're very much like we want something new, we want something different. It gets very boring very quickly. So like the main rule is you feed it what you want. So what I've done now and what I'm doing and actively doing is I write my own content. I do not get AI to do it. I write it myself, and then I'll feed it into AI and say this is my initial draft. Do not add any words or do not change it, do not change the tone, but like tweak some of the words, because I can appreciate I am a person. Some of the wording may not sound right, or doesn't flow properly, and then that's when I'll get it to fix it. But those things like that keeps it your work, and I do use it to define my processes or help me with processes, because again, I'll miss stuff out that I might not have thought of. And one big cool thing with that was with my partnerships process. So I basically implemented a partnerships framework at work, and that basically means that I'm reaching out to external partners to collaborate with them, to help them promote our events, stuff like that, without going into too much detail and depth. And the way that I was asking AI with my prompting, like for example with it was ChatGPT at the time, I was saying, well, these are my core target markets. These are the kind of categories that they've got to kind of be in a be a partner for. So like for example with it was like risk management, it was like technology, that sort of thing. And it helped me pull a lot of companies. Now the problem is some of those companies obviously weren't suitable partners, because either um they were like non so we it's like associations basically, and those partners either didn't exist anymore, or some of them, so you have to still manually check it, because some like AI can be wrong, it's not as accurate as everyone says at the moment at this point in time. But like I built the processes up, I told it what I wanted to do, and I think that's the difference between a user and a pioneer. A user just gets ChatGPT or an LLM or anything else like that, even agentic AIs now, to do it for them, but not providing the correct prompt where it's actually their work coming from yourself. And one prime example, and to be fair, my strategy for partnerships has worked amazingly, by the way. But I've learned that I need to like use my noggin and give LLMs the correct prompting, otherwise it doesn't work. And plus as well, like don't forget other people are doing the same thing, and you don't want to have a strategy the same as someone else, because like yeah, it's a logic tool. It's not exactly a tool to create unique selling points. And I've done the same with my writing. Now if you don't know this, because I haven't bloody told you, but like I'm writing a book at the moment, and one of the first things I did when I was paying for ChatGPT Premium was writing scenes, and this was at a point in my life where I wasn't confident in my writing anymore, and getting ChatGPT to like make it better in the style of my favorite authors. um Obviously not authentic of me, and it fucked up what I was saying. It was adding things I didn't want to add, and I actually have kept the chapter one that ChatGPT has written just as a reminder, because like at the moment I'm going through my whole draft of my book, and then I'm looping back, and then I'm gonna basically edit it to how I want it. But that's the whole point. Like it's not it's not you, and you have to be very careful on how you use it. And like it's so, with your prompting, you have to be so specific and so clear. And at the end of the day, don't forget, the AI tools are an extension of yourself. It gives you what you want to hear, which goes on to my next rule, which is the authenticity rule. So like I said before, and I'll briefly touch over this because I merged it with my other point, is write like yourself, then use AI to tweak and optimize. Um like AI is a mirror, it's not the artist. If you don't start with you, you're just outputting data. Um but yeah, so it's like, don't let, this is another thing, like this is the third rule, don't let autonomy, don't let the AI govern you, because it does tell you what it wants you to hear. Like, you know, it's like AI loves to agree with you because it's trained to be helpful. Real growth does come from reality and not echo chambers, because like, you know, if it how do I explain this in the best way? It's like loads of us use it as a therapist. That does come on to my another rule, so I'll probably link these two together. So like this rule of boundaries, like I ask it loads of different things. I ask it about my weight. I ask it about like other I ask it about like if I'm doing okay in my life at the age of 23, and it tells you what you want to hear, so it's not actually fully accurate. I think it's more the perception of the user that voices its accuracy. And like even with facts and stuff, you do have to triple check, because sometimes even now it still pulls data in that's like from 2 years ago. It's like if I want to look at industry news within the commodity sector, it does pull old news, even if you've said, oh, give, from only pull news from, say, for example, the 10th of June 2026 to the 1st of July 2026. It can still pull incorrectly. But it's just like, it is trained to agree with you. And just be mindful if you are using it as a therapist, and this is a lesson to myself as well, because it's not a therapist, it's it's just a logic tool. It doesn't have any emotions. It doesn't it doesn't have the same thought process as a human. It's based on logics. It's based on ones and zeros. That's it. So, if you're inputting stuff, like, oh, like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm that, like, um 23, am I doing okay? This is my example. And it says, oh yeah, like, you're doing fine. It's like, could I do, no, queen, you're doing okay. Like, it's validating your opinions. And I think, like, if you start heavily relying on an AI tool to validate your feelings for you, then you use it too much. You become too attached to it. It's kind of you kind of get addicted. It's like, instead of like talking to other people, you start like messaging this LLM about like your personal stuff. And also, if you're not careful, it uses your responses to train it. So other people, it's not exactly a private conversation, because it can be used by third parties. um so just be mindful about that. And as well, like, when you're as a marketer as well, like, even though, like, I'm told to use it like a lot of the time, um because it is helpful, but it's just like, it can be a creative number, I think, which is why I've stopped using it really for my books. The only time that I'll use it now is to compare it to other first drafts to see how well it's going. um because like, I am just curious about like how it might fare in its current status, like its sellability, and like it being out in the world. And so I only do it for that. But I think, and this leads on to my next, my final rule is the quality rule. So it's learning the difference between AI slop and curated AI. So AI slop, right, we're all in this generation of fucking phones, and like AI tools and things like that. Like, we all know what AI slop is. We've all seen AI slop. We've seen fake news on TikTok. We've seen like those bloody, oh my god, on TikTok, those bloody strawberry fruit banana bloody animated dramas. Like, that to me is AI slop, but like in a in a professional like area. Like, AI slop is like when you can tell, like, what the hell is this branding. I think, oh, what there was a brand that did it not that long ago. It really annoys me, I can't remember, but it's more and more common, and it's like, you can tell it's not really on brand. Sometimes messaging gets lost. But like, if you're able to use it, by the way, this video, I appreciate, is very baseline AI, like, you know um so it's like learning the difference between AI slop and created AI. Created AI, you can't tell the difference. Like, if this is AI, it's not. But like, you can't tell the difference, and that's what you kind of need it to be if you are utilizing it for those job advert, like, not job adverts, sorry, like adverts in general, and promoting products. And it's like, it's I do get why like businesses are using it, but if I'm honest with you, like I'd rather people not use it, because it's not, if you're using AI to create your brand, and if you're using it to create your messaging, your ethos, your whole status as a company, to me it doesn't really work, because your your customers aren't exactly brain dead. Like, we all know what AI is now. Well, I should hope we do. So you're building your brand on, in my opinion, lies. It's not truthful, and like, if you're a customer looking to buy and everything is made by AI, would you really trust it? Would you trust that brand if you recognize everything as being made with AI? Um, and like, if you can't tell the difference, I think, I don't know, it's a conflicting one. We could be here all day, but I just think like you'd need a bit of human element, because like AI can lose the story in translation. And I heard like I went to like this thing called Marketing Meetup not that long ago. One of the guys, he's a copywriter, and he started differentiating in video, um because he's struggling at the moment because everyone's using LLMs for content, for copywriting. And he said that one of the businesses did a whole AI campaign, but it didn't work out as well as they'd hoped, so they are looping him in. But I think there still needs to be human managing those LLMs, because they will mess up brand messaging. But I do think we need to, one, learn how to use it effectively, which is easier said than done, because it changes so fast, and all the videos that you'll find on YouTube are outdated pretty quickly, I'd say, because it's just changing so much, and it's very difficult to keep up with. Um, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But like in the creative industry, it is a struggle, and I hope there is a point in time where we're allowed to be creative, but using it as an assistant type style without replacing our jobs. But we'll see what it comes to. But it's a scary world out there, especially with less jobs, more people competing for them, and more AI tools doing things that we used to do. So yeah. But I'm gonna go and chill in the sunshine now. So I hope that was useful.